2025 Topps Midnight is here. It is here and it is going to be released very soon. August 8th is the release date as of filming this, and our price was $249.99 from Topps. Again, I'll flash on the screen. We got some resellers going for about $284.99. So not a terrible markup, but also not good. So hopefully you are able to get this at the Topps drop for $249.99. We get 7 cards in this product. 7 cards, man. So this is kind of a sketchy rip, if you will. This is definitely a scary one whenever I do these videos opening up boxes that only have a few cards in them. The heart rate gets up, the sweat starts pouring, and potentially with the 7 cards, you need a return of like $35 per card based on that $249.99 buy-in price. If you got it at $284, you're talking about $40 per card, and that is going to make it a tough rip to get any value back. But not too bad if we're talking about last year's comparison. Midnight dropped at $300, and it had sticker autos. So a little bit, we're trending down at least this year, and we have on-card autos. I do think if the box was around $220, that would be like perfect value for this product. Let's go over some product info. We got 1 pack per box, 7 cards per pack, 8 boxes per case. Guaranteed hits, and this is very interesting, man. 1 rookie auto relic per box. Now, let me know in the comments, have we ever had a guaranteed rookie auto hit in a UFC product? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I've asked a few of the OGs. I didn't get any answers from them as well, talking about this ever happening before. So this could be the first ever guaranteed rookie auto relic hit in a UFC card product. If you're opening boxes, you want rookie hits. So to me, that's pretty awesome. We also get 2 other autos in this. So you get 3 guaranteed autos in this product. You get 1 base card, 2 base card parallels, and 1 insert. Again, only 7 cards. Pretty risky rip. First up, let's talk about the base set. It's going to be a 100 card base set. 19 out of 100 of these cards are rookies. And out of those 19 rookies, I'd be pretty happy with 11 of the rookies that are on this checklist. So honestly, pretty hyped about that. You get a 10% or, off of my grading criteria, a 10% hit on a rookie that I would be happy with is usually pretty high comparing it to other products. As a whole, I think the checklist is pretty solid as well. Again, it's only a 100 card checklist, so 100 fighters. So they're, generally they're going to be putting the who's who in this. I think as far as like big misses, like cards you would not want to get, maybe like 20% of the checklist. So other than that, pretty solid. And the guaranteed hits do say that we should get 3 base cards in this product. 1 base card and 2 base card parallels. So I think that bodes well for like the floor of these boxes, as anytime you can get a numbered hit, and hopefully it's a really low numbered parallel, is going to help a ton, right? But since most of this checklist is big names and a lot of rookies, hopefully at least one of those 2 parallels is a star or a rookie that could definitely help you redeem some of your value on this box. And even if it's not a huge hit, at least the dud names on this checklist are like 20%. So hopefully you can get a solid addition to the box with these base cards. All right, let's check out some of these parallels for the base cards. We'll go into screen share here. Man, so we have 2 non-numbered parallels, right? And the way that they're ranking these, again, we're going to get more information. The odds sheet is not out, but I would assume that the Moonbeam is going to be somewhat rare based upon them having it below the of 75. 125, 99, 75, Moonbeam, 25, 12, 5, 101. So not a ton of parallels, but also a decent amount. It's kind of middling as far as that goes. But again, I am curious on what the odds are on this Moonbeam, because if we have 2 non-numbered and Zodiac and Moonbeam are going to be similar odds, then definitely that kind of sucks, because the odds of you getting one of those is going to be super high. But if we get the odds sheet and we get more data and information, and we know that Moonbeam is going to actually be a better hit than the Dusk of 75 per the odds, then that's not too bad. 1 non-numbered parallel in the base card. And what everybody always wants to talk about, who's the rookies in this? What are the first autos? Go check out MMA Rookies, man. Go check out MMA Rookies if you haven't yet. We got the checklist up. We got the little cheat sheet with the rookie cards. That's going to help you out a ton. Go support Henry with that. So I'm just going to quickly skim through the rookies here, and then we'll talk about some specific ones, what cards they have, some of the bigger rookies. We got Talbot, Gene Silva, Nakamura, Vinicius Oliveira, Youngsung Park, RDR, who had a big win against Whitaker, man. Big win against Whitaker. Was a really close, good fight. Nate Landwehr, Christian Duncan, Shamil Gaziev, Gene Matsumoto, Asu Amabayev, Josh Van, the Van Man. We got Orobai, Zelhuber, Eileen Perez, Kopolov, Urseg, Waldo Cortez, and Kai Asakura are the rookies for these base cards. So just a little highlight of the top rookies and what cards they're going to have in this product. Again, this is a pretty deep rookie class, so definitely get into this checklist. Look at all of these other fighters that I'm not going to name here, but I just chose a couple of the biggest ones from this class. We got Gene Silva. He's going to have a base card. He's going to be in the Constellations, who I believe last year the Constellations was a paired card, so there was 2 people on there. So who is going to be paired with Gene Silva? I'm guessing maybe another nerd. Gene Silva is also in the Dream Chasers, which is going to be an SSP for this product, which we'll talk about the SSPs a little bit later. Also, he is going to have a rookie Relic auto, and this is his first auto. Gene Silva first auto. So this is not only his first auto, it's also his first on card. It's also his first Relic RPA. So like, to me, a lot of collectability there with that card. Next up, Peyton Talbot. He's got a good amount of cards in here. He's going to be in the base card checklist. He's in Nightfall. He's in the Dream Chasers, which is, again, SSP. He's in Greetings From, and he's in Rookie Relic Auto. So, Peyton Talbot, first RPA. RDR, again, is he going to get a title shot? He looked unorthodox as hell as usual, but he had gave Whitaker a really good fight. That was a fun, entertaining matchup. He is in the base card. He's in the Lunar Tide. He's in the Dream Chasers. He is in the Rookie Relic Auto. And we got a first RPA here. And, yeah, first RPA because he had a first auto in Topps Chrome. But interesting there for RDR. Josh Van, base card. Insomnia. Dream Chaser. Rookie Relic Auto. Carlos Prates. If you were wanting a lot of cards for Carlos Prates, he only has 1 card in here. So if you're a Prates guy and you want to collect him, man, it's going to make it a little bit easier, a little bit better on your wallet. He only has the Rookie Relic Auto. And, again, first RPA. And you might be saying, like, well, we've talked about 2 big nerds. Where's the other big nerd? No Rufy still. We still do not have Mauricio Rufy in this product. Do we get him in Sapphire? I think that's maybe when we see him come out in these checklists. So no Rufy for, again, for Topps Midnight. If you are enjoying these UFC card videos, subscribe, like, hit all the buttons, and think about joining the Bat Crew as well. All of the support helps so much. All right, so that was the base cards and some of the rookies. Now let's talk about the inserts. And in total, last year, Midnight had 8 inserts, including the SSPs that they had. This year, including all of those cards, they have 9 inserts, and they've added 2 new designs. So basically the same amount of inserts. We have slightly more with 9 this year. The new insert is the Insomnia insert, which I have not seen a leak of, but I do like, the vibe they could go with there. Maybe it's something cool. And the Night Vision SSP, which I think looks decent. Again, we're going to have to see it in person, in hand. But from some of the leaks that I've seen, it doesn't look too bad, and I'm a little excited about it. All right, and just for the inserts, these are the parallels for the inserts. This is not the SSP parallels. We will talk about the SSPs and the parallels after we talk about the inserts. These are the parallels for the inserts. And honestly, not too bad, dude. Not too bad. We got Moonbeam, so we have 1 unnumbered parallel in these. And then we have Dusk, Moonrise, Midnight, Daybreak, Blacklight 101. So not too bad on the population for these insert cards. I'm glad that they're not super going nasty heavy with the printing press, and a little bit shorter print run on these inserts. So we talked about like the amount of inserts. We talked about some of the parallels. Now let's look at these checklists. Who are in each of these inserts? And we got Nightfall. We got a couple of rookies here. Vinicius Oliveira, Asu Amabayev, Peyton Talbot, and Urseg. 3 of those 4 guys would be pretty nice to hit. We got Arnold Allen, Cejudo, Pimblett, Rosas, Vinicius, Gaethje, Jan, Potan, Pantoja, John Blachowicz, Charles Oliveira, Asu Amabayev, Ian Gary, Usman, Aldo, Manon Furore, Arman Soyuki, and Michael Page, DDP, Macy Barber, Talbot, Volk, Andrade, Urseg, and Kayla Harrison. So, decent checklist there on the Nightfall. Next up, we got Lunar Tide. I liked the Lunar Tide design from last year. Again, not a lot of leaks on Midnight. We have actually, surprisingly, a ton of leaks on the autos. I guess not surprisingly. They're sending those out to fighters. Fighters are sharing those online. But we did not get a lot of leaks in the inserts. I believe the only leak that I saw for these inserts and SSPs was the Nightfall. So hopefully they can come up with some good designs. I like the symmetry from Lunar Tide last year. We got Umar Nurmagomedov. No rookies in this also. Macy Barber, Mackenzie Dern, Colby Covington, Zhang Weili, Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm trying to do like my best auctioneer impression. Shevchenko, Israel Adesanya, Tabitha Ricci, Rose, Morales, JJ, Shara. Ooh, big fight with Shara. Man, that was a fun fight. I hope you guys watched that Shara Magomedov power bar fight. They absolutely went at it, dude, and really fun striking exchanges. And both super tough guys. Shara got his nose absolutely mangled and crooked, man, and was still in there fighting hard. So good to see that from him. Bilal Mohammed, Max Holloway, Patty Plimbit, Jessica Andrade, Robert Whitaker, Michael Chandler, and the one lone rookie in here. We got RDR with the Lunar Tide. Constellations. Again, this one, let's see. Okay, so they do have the pairings here, which is always good to see, right? So this is pairing, and we called it, dude. We got Gene Silva with Caio Barrayo on the pairing here. So this is going to be a rookie card for Gene Silva, so I'm not sure why they didn't add that there. We got Gene Silva and Caio on one Constellations. Next up, we got Strickland Potan. Okay, I like that pairing. We got Grasso and Diego. Good pairing there, guys. We got Oliveira and Pantoja. I guess they're going with the Brazilian pairing. That makes sense, I guess. Umar Islam makes sense there. Pennington, Tisha, and Raquel. Mashing last names. Makes sense. I guess they're married, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Marab and Topuria. Georgian. Okay, makes sense. Connor Aldo. Makes sense. They fought. Jones Aspinall. Are they going to fight at the White House? I think they're going to do it. Makes sense with that. And last up, we got Rinny Nakamura and Tatsuro Taira. I believe Nakamura is also a rookie. So we do have two rookies in this checklist. We got Gene Silva. Let me make a quick scan. And yes, and Rinny Nakamura. So we got two rookies in the Constellations checklist. Last up, the one and only. We got Leon Edwards, Armand, Paul Craig, Daniel Cormier, Islam, Jack Della, Aspinall, DP, Hamzat, Conor McGregor, Paulo Costa, Colby Covington, Strickland, Jamal, Blanchfield, Holland, Volkanovski, Tyra, Caio, and Virna Jandiroba. Honestly, not that bad of a checklist. There's maybe 4 people here that I would be kind of like meh about pulling, but the other ones are pretty solid. And lastly, this is going to be, again, the new insert. This is the last of the new inserts. And we don't have the odds, so I don't know how rare these are. But we do have a good amount of rookies here. We got Gene Matsumoto, Josh Van, and Rinya Nakamura. So you're going to want to hit Van if you're hitting any of those guys. But we got Bo, Shevchenko, Shara, Michael Chandler, O'Malley, Yuri, Pennington, Alice Garoff, Matsumoto, Aljo, Lopez, Stipe, Cejudo, Pantoja, Usman, Ortega, Yan Jianan, Grasso, Van, Gilbert, Raul, Juliana Pena, Rinya Nakamura, Ilya Topuria, and Tatiana Suarez. So definitely some names that you would not want to hit in that. Let's see. What are we talking percentage-wise? I'd probably say 60% are people I'd want to hit. Maybe 40% wouldn't necessarily want to hit for collecting reasons. So definitely not a great checklist, but I am interested to see what those Insomnia inserts look like for the first ever time and the debut for that insert. All right, I just noticed I had the fan on the whole time, so I hope that the audio is not super jacked up. Maybe I'll be able to edit that out, or it's not an issue at all, and I'm worried about it for no reason. Next up, let's talk about the SSPs in this product. And we do have, a few amount of SSPs here. We have some new ones as well. We got Dream Chasers, Greetings from Twilight, which went bonkers last year. I'm hoping I hit a Twilight this year because if we get anything like we got last year, those are going to sell like hotcakes. And we have the new one, Night Vision, as well. So it should be a good time with those. And as far as the parallels with these, pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting with the parallels. We have 2, and that's it. We have Daybreak of 5 and Blacklight 101. So I believe there are no base, if you want to call it that, parallels of these. So these are going to be very, very rare. I think this is a nice change from last year where the Twilights had, they had non-numbered and numbered parallels. And having all of these SSPs be this limited, in my opinion, I think that's good. And when we get the odds, these are going to be super rare if there's only a population of 6 of these cards out there. Now, again, is this an error? Are they going to have, base a base as well in this? I don't know. But if this is true, I think that's going to be a really good look for these SSPs. And the likelihood of hitting them is going to go way, way down, and we're probably not going to hit one. But if you do get one of these, man, you got to put a decent price on it. And if you're trying to get it, I would expect a heavy premium if the population is only going to be 6 for each of these cards. All right, let's take a look at the checklist for all these SSPs, and we'll start with the Dream Chasers. Dude, look at all the rookies in here. This is a good rookie checklist. We got Nakamura, Gene Silva, Vinicius Oliveira, Gene Matsumoto, Peyton Talbot, RDR, Josh Van, Urseg, Orobai, Hyung-Sung Park, Christian Duncan, Asu Amabayev. So most of those dudes I'd be happy with hitting, as well as we have Bo Nickel, Werner Jandaroba, Michael Morales, Aaron Blanchfield, Ian Gary, Hamzat, Suarez, Umar, Diego Lopez, Kayla Harrison, Rosas, Ankalaev, Ricci, Kayo, Shavkat, Patty, Avloyev, and Tatsuro Taira. So pretty good checklist with the Dream Chasers. Last year, I did like the look of this insert. We'll see what they do if they change it up a ton, or if they just keep it somewhat similar. But definitely one of the better checklists on these SSPs. Next up on these SSPs, we got Peyton Talbot, Rose. So Peyton's going to be the only rookie here. DDP, O'Malley, John Jones, Dustin Poirier, Aspinall, Topuria, Holloway, Potan, Pena, Usman, Oliveira, Dvalishvili, Izzy, Magnum, Islam, Habib, Bilal, Valentina, Michael Chandler, Sean Strickland, Alexa Grasso, Volk, and McGregor. That is, again, a pretty good checklist. I think only maybe 4 of those people I would be, somewhat bummed about hitting. So pretty good checklist there. So far, the SSPs are having a pretty nice checklist. Again, the Twilight. This is going to be a big one, dude. I think this is going to be a big one. We do have a 20 fighter checklist, so pretty extensive here. We got Rose, Shara, Shavkat, DDP, Umar, JJ, Tom Aspinall, Islam, Chuck Liddell, Sean Strickland, Potan, Holloway, Topuria, McGregor, Sean O'Malley, Anderson Silva, Diego Lopez, Murabdo Ballesvili, Kayla Harrison, Charles Oliveira. For some of these higher SSPs and the nicer looking SSPs, I do wish that they would cut these checklists down, man. Like 20, I really enjoy seeing. Let's see what the night vision is. Yeah, so that's 25 fighter checklist. I really like when they do 10 or 15 for some of these more desirable checklists, like the cards that are really going to command a premium that people like. Topps, try and cut that down a little bit, man, because if people really like these Twilight cards, right, and you love the Twilight design, you're a set collector, that 20 is going to be very, very difficult in order to complete that set. I understand you can't do that for every single SSP, every single insert, but you got to give a couple options for people who want to complete sets. And especially, with some of these really hard to hit cards that only have a population of potentially 6, 20 cards is going to be insane to try and complete that. And last but not least, we got the night vision. Again, new insert. Is it going to be sick? We will have to see once it's in person. But I think the design is not too bad, honestly, right now. We got Valentina Shevchenko, Mackenzie Dern, Jan Janan, Blachowicz, Manon Ferrero. Dude, I am so bad at saying French names. Bilal Muhammad, Raquel Pennington, Israel Adesanya, Alexa Grasso, Juliana Pena, Sean O'Malley, Yuri Covington, Shmaev, Zhang Wei Li, Pantoja, GSP, Macy Barber, Gaethje, Shara, John Jones, Habib, Andrade, Bo Nickel, Leon Edwards. So definitely a couple rough names in there that personally I wouldn't want to hit. Again, a 25 card set right there, man. So really, really big. Not loving how large some of these sets are. All right, now we're at the part that everybody's going to want to hit. Everybody's going to want to hit these, and they're going to want to hit good rookies of these. And we're talking about the rookie relic autos. Let's take a look with the screen share here at the Gene Silva rookie card. This is going to be his first RPA and his first auto and his first on-card auto. So we got a lot of firsts there. If there's a lot of firsts, it's going to be collectible. This is going to be one of the biggest cards in this product, in my opinion. Pretty good design. Again, last year, I thought that these looked pretty good in person, the relics and the amount of shine that they had. We have some interesting like moons here, which I'm curious to see what the 3D nature of those are, because if they can really get some good 3D on the design, I think that's really going to add a lot to it. As far as these rookie relic autos and us getting a guaranteed rookie relic auto in every single box, again, that's crazy, man. I don't know if this has been done in the history of UFC products. I think it's pretty cool. While there are some names on this checklist that we're going to check out in a second that are not going to command a premium, this year's class is pretty deep. There are a lot of middling prospects that could definitely break through if they do something special in the next year or two. So to me, that's pretty exciting. 16 of 34 rookies are pretty solid, in my opinion. I would be happy to hit 47% on these rookies, man. So potentially, right, if you get a case, you're talking about 8 boxes, and with a 47% hit rate on the checklist, that's not bad, man. That's not bad, honestly. I think this alone does wonders for like the floor of this product. Even if you miss on everything, right? You miss on all the other cards, you still have like a Hail Mary to hit a really nice rookie relic auto, and that's every single box. Now, will it get you all of your value back? Probably not, unless it's like a really premier rookie, or you get a crazy parallel. But you could definitely get a decent chunk of that value back just with that one guaranteed card. And now again, I feel like I always have to caveat, and I always have to say this, the best and most economic way to collect is always to buy singles, right? But this is kind of an interesting scenario with the guaranteed rookie relic auto. I do think that this helps the floor of this product. And let's check the checklist for these rookie relic autos. Got a ton of rookies, man. Eileen Perez, Charles Jourdain, Jose Mariscal, Danny Barlow, Daniel Marcos, Daniel Zohuber, Ribovich, Basharat, Bonfim, Hyung-Sung Park, Brito, Martinez, Matsumoto, Gene Silva, Van, Bukauskas, McGee, who had a good fight against Piotr Jan. He didn't win, but he looked like he belonged in there. So to me, that's a good sign for a rookie. Naimov, Melissa Mullins, Nate Landwehr, Sadikov, Talbot, Rodolfo Bellato, Rinya Nakamura, Kazama, Trevor Peak, Trey Waters, Victor Henry, Vinicius Oliveira, Vitor Petrino, Waldo Cortez, Weston Wilson, Carlos Prates, Kaya Sakura, and RDR. So we have a ton of rookies there. We have most of the rookies that we would want. And hopefully, if you get a box of these, hopefully you hit a big one. And next up, we have the Relic autos. And let's check out some of those. So we got a leak here of Dan Ige with the auto here. Got this, got a little Relic patch. Hopefully they have, better patches than this, because that's terrible. Nobody's going to want to collect that. Is that compelling? No, it's not compelling at all. No information on if this is just fighter worn or fight worn. Most likely it's just going to be fighter worn, right? We don't know what that means. Also, we have the Diego Lopez here. And again, look at all of these just napkin patches, dude. Just no nothing. You don't get a tricolor. You don't get a dual color. Just nothing here. But again, this is probably a higher parallel. So hopefully some of the lower parallels have better patches than this. And let's check the checklist of the Relic auto. Here's what we got. We got Potan, Rakic, Bo Nickel, Kyle Bahayo, Dan Ige, Diego Lopez, Islam Makhachev, Ilya Tapuria, Julian Pena, Johnny Walker, Kayla Harrison, Gonzalez, Ankalaev, Holloway, Tate, Craig, Dolidze, Magomed, O'Malley, Strickland, Thompson, Aspinall, Shevchenko, One Breath. Pretty good checklist, in my opinion. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I take it back. 5, 6. We got about 6 or 7 people that maybe wouldn't necessarily want to hit. Now, I do think that this is probably one of the better autos that you can hit as far as visuals. A lot of these are going to be horizontal, which personally, I like the vertical ones, as well as it's a Relic auto. Now, you can say what you want about the napkin patches and whatnot, but if you're telling me, hey, you get a chance between a Relic auto base or just one of the other normal auto bases, I would probably pick the Relic auto, especially that it is a vertical design. But again, we're going to check out some more of these autos in 1 second. And some of these do look pretty good. I think they're going to have some good shine in person. And first up, we're going to talk about the Stroke of Midnight. It's back again. Again, we only have 3 autos in this, right? So you're probably going to have a pretty good likelihood of getting one of these 3 autos. Again, no odds yet, but here's what we got for Stroke of Midnight. And interesting focus job on this one. But it does look like a decent design, right? Again, we got pink. We got some bright colors. We got the teal. Stroke of Midnight. What's in the background? Maybe like a mountain or something. Just a nice majestic snow-capped mountain in the background. Looks like Hermanson here on this one. And the fit and finish of these Midnight cards were really nice, man, last year. So I would expect this to be really nice again. Again, we have the thicker card stock on all of these cards. So I am interested to get these in person, look at these, see if they absolutely shine like last year. But first up, Stroke of Midnight, and let's check out the checklist here. Here's what we got. We got Pantoja, Dariush, Olberg, Dominic Cruz, Jeff Neal, Izzy, Gary, Molina. Jeff Molina is in this product. Why is he in the product? I guess because they paid him a while ago, and he's obligated to at least deliver some type of auto to these sets, but definitely nobody wants to get a Jeff Molina at this point. Justin Gaethje, Jack Hermanson, Jamal Hill, Jake Matthews, Joe Pfeiffer, Kowalkiewicz, Mackenzie Dern, Tabura, Fazeev, Rosas, Spivak, Uriah Faber, Jan Jianan. So definitely some names you would not want to hit in this checklist. Next up, we got Glimmer Graph. And I'm going to be flashing the images from last year on all these cards that we don't have images of. Usually when they're doing designs, right, it's somewhat similar to last year. So I would expect that to kind of be the same. The Glimmer Graphs were decent as far as the shine goes. I didn't get to hit one, but I saw some pretty good shine on good images on eBay. So maybe, people will like those this year as well. We got Grasso, Smith, Muhammad, McGregor, Oliveira, Dan Hendo, Holly Holm, JDM, Hamzat, Kaikara France, Kevin Holland, Myra Bueno, Mark Coleman, Manny Farrow, Neil Magny, Pedro Munoz, Rob Font, Rich Franklin, and Stipe Miocic in the Glimmer Graphs. And again, something to notice, right? You're not getting any rookies. You're not getting any rookies except the guaranteed rookie relic auto that's in every product. Now, I would say that's a good thing, right? Because you get the guaranteed rookie relic auto in every single product. But if you really like some of these designs and you're expecting to see a rookie auto in that, you are not going to get it. And last up, the biggest of the auto sets, and I think I hit one of these last year in my box also. You know, this is a really big checklist, so odds are you probably will hit one of these in your box. We got Big Nog, Sarukian, Eamon Zahabi, Brian Ortega, Brandon Moreno, Boss Fruitin, Colby Covington, Cody Durden, a lot of Codys here, Cody Garbrandt, Calvin Cater, Christian Rodriguez, Corey Sandhagen. We got Weidman, DDP, Dan Hooker, Dustin Poirier, Dom Reyes, Frankie Edgar, Frank Mir, the Frank brothers, Gilbert Burns, Giga Chikadze, Henry Cejudo, Javid Basharat, JDS, Josh Emmett, John Jones, Jim Miller, Jiri Broshka, Jens Pulver, Jalen Turner, who is retired, is in this product. Interesting. Again, he's got, hey, if they paid you, you got to sign and you got to put something in here. We got Joaquin Buckley, Habib Nurmagomedov, Ken Shamrock, Leo Machida, Lerone Murphy, Michael Chandler. Again, massive checklist. Michael Page, Mateusz Gamrot, Matt Hughes, Mavzar, Michelle Pereira, Marvin Vittori, Nicholas Dalby, Nikita Krylov, Patty Pimlet, Randy Brown, RDA, Rashad Evans, Rinat Fakhridinov, Robbie Lawler, Rose Namajunas, Robert Whitaker, Shogun, Sean Woodson, Tracy Cortez, Tim Elliott, Tabitha Ricci, Vicente Luque, Ozdemir, and Yadong Song. So a ton of people I would not want to hit in that checklist. But if you guys notice the name I said in there, I did say John Jones does have an auto in this product, and that is going to be the card that he has, the auto that he has. It is going to be the Horizon Signatures. So you can cross your fingers. If you see Horizon Signatures, you're going to want to hope that maybe you get a Johnny Meat. Disgusting, dude. Stop with that Twitter handle is in there, because you know, a lot of those names are not good, and a lot of those names you are not going to want. Getting a John would, at least, whether you love them or you hate them, you're definitely going to recoup some value there. And this is what I think is the Horizon Signatures, because we got a Horizon in the background, dude. We got a Horizon, nice on-card auto. We got DP here. We got Johnny Bones Jones in this auto set with the Horizon, dude. We're just above the Earth in the International Space Station, just looking at the little blue dot. And this is a good picture here. Good job, Christian Rodriguez, on getting us a good photo of these. Pretty good shine, man. We got a little glowy border, not symmetrical, man. So interesting design choice there. I don't hate it. We got no border on this side, and that's going to be all of the leaks that I have for these Horizons. Definitely an interesting product. We got some good-looking cards in here. Very divisive, very polarizing. Some people love Midnight, some people hate Midnight. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. There's some cards that I'd like to hit out of this, but there's also some cards that, you know, definitely are not my favorite. If you enjoy UFC cards, you're gonna like my channel, man. So go ahead and check out these videos over here and subscribe for more videos just like this.